Hey guys, this is Jeremy Rosado, and you're listening to Consumer Advocate SC Day on the Legally Steel Show. Oh yeah,
you'll get a copy of it. Oh yeah, thanks, Bill. You might want to cue me up, Bill, before I go to running my mouth. The mic is live. I might say something that I shouldn't say. Thanks, Bill. All right, now you cue me up. My producer's going to have a talk with you, Bill. You're going to get me in trouble. And we don't need that. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for tuning in again to the Legally Steel Show. Of course, it's Saturday the 14th. Oh, I do have an apology. Last week, or a correction, not an apology, a correction. Last week, you heard me go off about the whole Affordable Healthcare Act. And I gave out the wrong website. I said healthcare.org. Healthcare.org. It's actually healthcare.gov. Healthcare.gov. Go to healthcare.gov and find out what benefits are available for you as a taxpayer. Go and find out what benefits are available, how you can get some pre-screening that's not going to cost you anything, how you can, basically it's all about preventative maintenance. Once again, I'm not going to go into it, but don't get so bogged down about this whole penalty, tax, mandate, whatever the crap they're calling it. Don't get bogged down about that. Go and find out what works for you and your family. Healthcare.gov. That's healthcare.gov. And do your research. Well, as I told you, I've been talking about it all week. I mentioned it last week. My goal is to bring you issues that matter most to your wallet, and that from a consumer standpoint or from a business owner standpoint. And one of the things that I've really been looking at and looking into are private business clubs. Now, they're private business clubs, so it's like if you go online, and this has changed a little bit over the last, I guess, 6 to 9 months. But if you went in and you typed in private club membership or private, you don't get a lot of information. I guess that's why they're called private. Well, I have in studio with me Mr. Tim Jarrett. He's the general manager of the Center Club, one of the private business clubs here in the Tampa Bay area. And Tim, welcome to the show.
Great, thanks for being here.
If you would, tell us a little bit about the Center Club, Tim Jarrett and the Center Club, and kind of what you do. And then we're going to break it down a little bit for the business listeners of the benefits and the importance of a business club. So if you would, tell us a little bit about the Center Club.
Well, first, SC, thanks for what you provide to the community. I think that in an age of abundant of information, abundant of values and offers and things, is that you boil it down for us so we understand what it is that matters and how we can take advantage of things that make sense for us and our family and our business. So thank you.
Tim, you know what? I appreciate that. You'll be back on my show again.
That's right.
So many guests come on my show and they don't say thank you. It's like, I'm going to start a segment called What the Hell? Yeah, we'll talk about that later in the show. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep talking.
The Center Club has been serving the community for 28 years, and really for the business community and residents of the South Tampa and Tampa Bay area now. And what it is it's a place where folks, professionals, can connect for information and inspiration.
Okay.
They'll use the club for a variety of different reasons, and all it comes down to is you want to be around like-minded people.
Absolutely.
And in this environment where you can connect to other professionals, is where you get the information and the inspiration to work on your business, or, the old adage, the clockmaker and the butcher get together and create something very unique to each other because of their backgrounds.
Right.
So with 705 members in the Tampa Bay area, this is a place, this is the clubhouse. This is the business clubhouse for the community.
Business clubhouse for the community. I like that. Business clubhouse for the community. You ought to brand that if you don't have it branded already.
Do it now.
Yeah, there you go. Business clubhouse for the community. Now, Tim, back in the day, I was thinking about a movie that I saw once. It was called Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Bill. You know who I'm talking about,
Dan
right?
Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Right.
And some of these, and the way it displayed or portrayed private business clubs were, you had to be from Harvard or, from the Ivy League schools to actually be inducted into private business clubs because they really weren't based on the community. And in order for you to get in, you had to be accepted in, you had to be privileged. And it just showed a different part of society, more from an elitist standpoint. How different is that perception based on what the Center Club actually does, or Club Corp, if you will?
We are owned by Club Corp, and they are the world's largest owner of private clubs in the world.
Really?
Over 150 clubs. We have several in China,
wow.
Mexico, looking at other, obviously to expand our reach. But the company's 55 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And it started in Dallas, Texas by a man named Robert Dedman.
Okay.
And he loved what they called club life, the enjoyment of being in a club around people that you like and enjoy. And he felt that the club life was so important and that he wanted to open it up to much more people.
Okay.
And he felt that at the time the clubs were exclusive rather than inclusive.
Absolutely.
So he opened Brookhaven Country Club in Dallas, Texas, 55 years ago, and he was one of the first club pioneers to allow women to be members of the club.
Wow. See, that's something that a lot of people don't know about. I mean, you hear, like I said, we talked about exclusivity, but what I didn't say, as far as like watching that movie Trading Places, was you saw men. It was just men. It was the old boys club.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying this gentleman started something and made it inclusive.
Certainly. I mean, 55 years ago, Dallas, Texas,
yeah,
it didn't matter to him whether your color, your skin, your religious creed, your country of origin. It didn't matter. He wanted more people to get accustomed and enjoy the club life. And he used to always say that he wanted to be able to give the Cadillac experience at Chevrolet prices.
Okay, I like that.
And we've been doing that for 55 years.
55 years. Now, with the Center Club being, you said 705 members?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, as a small business owner, I'm thinking, well, there are so many different membership clubs out there. There's so many, you have your chambers of commerce, you have your just networking groups, your BNI and things like that, CABA, in this area, in the Tampa Bay area. What is the benefit of, say, joining a private business club, and not necessarily versus a chamber of commerce, because everybody has their own purpose of what they're doing, but why would a small business want to join, say, your organization, your club?
There's a number of reasons why a professional small business owner would want to be a part of our club.
Okay.
And, obviously the most widely used reason for why somebody joins our club is for the networking.
Okay.
And networking that word has been kind of trampled on.
Absolutely.
And I would call it pedestrian because it means so much, but it means very little.
Right.
But our members want to connect to one another, and they don't want to connect to one another to sell each other clocks or services or those kind of things. They want to connect with other professionals because they understand the value of meeting new people and creating relationships.
Okay.
And I think that, as we've talked before about creating those strategic relationships,
right,
is that people want to do business who they like, know, and trust.
Absolutely.
And our club gives that ability for that to happen. So networking is a big piece of that. The other interesting piece is they want to use it as an office away from office. Folks who may work from home.
Right.
Folks who are tired of having meetings at some of the coffee houses and fast food restaurants.
Yeah,
and,
man, I got to talk over everybody. Understand.
And be in a quiet environment where the staff recognize you by name.
Mm-hmm.
And they know what you like. They take care of you.
Okay.
So they like to have that, and they may want us to come work. They want to get out of the house and get out of their pajamas and come to the club and have and maybe put their laptop up and work for a couple hours. Maybe have breakfast. Maybe have lunch.
Right.
And then when they get up to go get a complimentary coffee or snack from our refreshment station, they connect with somebody there, another member who's working just like them.
Okay. And I can tell you, because I've visited the Center Club, and you're right. I didn't look at it that way, but I can see, because I have a home studio, and working in that home studio, sometimes you get claustrophobic because you're looking at four walls on a constant basis. Yes, there's the internet, there's the telephone, but you want to get away from that. So you're saying the club provides that type of atmosphere for a small business owner. Now, before we came on the show, you were listening. I think that's 2 of the 5.
Yeah,
2 of the 5. Okay, go ahead. What are the other reasons?
The other one, is someone who entertains, especially during a meal period. If it's from a breakfast, lunch, dinner standpoint, who entertain other colleagues, clients, prospects, friends,
okay.
And they can come into an environment where we know you by name. I've always said that we want to be the Cheers of the business community. Remember those sitcom Cheers?
Right, yeah.
Everybody walks in, they know what you like.
Everybody knows your name.
Everybody knows your name.
Gotcha.
Because it feels good, especially if
does.
you're walking in and doing business and you recognize people you know and you're saying hello, and it elevates that meeting to the next level.
Right.
So they'll use the club for our dining, and they enjoy our type of cuisine, and they enjoy our food, and and our staff know them.
Right. Okay, now that's 3.
That's 3.
Okay.
Fourth is we've got a large amount of private dining space from meetings from 2 to 200.
Okay.
So if you're having a training session, or you're bringing in other folks for a private meeting, you can take one of our space, and there's no room rental as a member.
Right.
So it's a real big benefit to have a space to come to put on some sort of event of some sort.
Absolutely.
From small to large. So that's another big component of our strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly is, with a network of 150 clubs that we own, and then several hundred more that we reciprocate with, a number of those in the Tampa Bay area, including country clubs. So our members play golf at private clubs. They get access to other private business clubs in Tampa Bay. But they're in, from Seattle to Fort Lauderdale to Boston, they've got a private business club where they can go and do business.
So if I'm a member of the Center Club, I pretty much can, if I'm going to entertain a client in, say, somewhere in Wisconsin, maybe, there's a club there that I can be affiliated with.
Absolutely.
Pretty impressive.
Right. So it gives you, and your information travels. So we know about you when you're in Seattle or Dallas or wherever you're going, and you can actually charge back to your account at the Center Club.
Really?
So we make it easy to separate you from your money.
Gotcha. I like that. Listen, folks, we're going to take this is some interesting stuff for small businesses. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk more in depth about private business clubs and what they can do for your business. Don't touch that dial. Hey, business leaders, this is SC Day, host of the Legally Steel Show, Tampa Bay's most engaging consumer finance talk show. Are you interested in taking your business to the next level of exposure? Do you have a product or service you're proud to share with the local consumers? If so, give me a call. Let's see how my voice can help take your business to the next level. Give me a call at 813-379-7248. Again, that's 813-379-7248. And let's put my voice to work for your business.
Welcome. This is Jeremy Simons of the Family Law Radio Show, brand new show on 1340 and 1350, 3 p.m. on Saturdays. We are going to discuss family law issues affecting the modern family, and that includes divorces, paternity, domestic violence, those issues affecting your marriage and your family before, during, and sometimes after. We look forward to you tuning in Saturdays at 3 p.m., and I can be found at PascoFamilyLawAttorney.com. See you Saturday at 3 p.m.
Hey, Dave, where's the best Mexican food in town?
It's at the Hacienda, 2511 Drew in Clearwater. Listen to these specials at the Hacienda. Tuesday, all the tacos you can eat for $7.99. Wednesday, 2 items, combo dinners, plus an appetizer and dessert, just $20. Also, don't miss Fajita Thursday at the Hacienda, just $10 for chicken or steak. Saturday at the Hacienda is Burrito Loco Night. Get the best burrito in Tampa Bay for just $8.99. And Sunday, kids eat free with adult meals. It's all happening now at the Hacienda, 2511 Drew in Clearwater, home of the best Mexican food in Tampa Bay. If you like Mexican food, you'll love the Hacienda, 2511 Drew on US 19. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sundays till 9. Go now to the Hacienda, 2511 Drew in Clearwater.
This is Davin Joseph of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When it comes to learning about issues that affect my wallet, I listen to S.E. Day and the Legally Steal Show.
And we're back this Saturday morning. You're tuned into the Legally Steal Show, hosted by myself, S.E. Day, on Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. In the studio with me, I have Mr. Tim Jarrett. He's the general manager of the Center Club, which is a private business club here in the Tampa Bay area. Tim, where's the Center Club located?
It's in the West Shore Business District.
Okay.
And that's specifically, we're at the corner of Kennedy and West Shore, across from the West Shore Mall.
Okay.
And you may know, the West, something to be proud of for our community is that West Shore Business District. There's over 13 million square feet of office space out there.
Yeah.
And it's the largest business district in the state of Florida.
Are you serious?
There's a lot of commerce being done right in that area.
So you guys are like centrally located in a really good spot.
And that was the vision for the club 28 years ago. As
Right.
they knew what the West Shore community was going to become, it needed a clubhouse. It needed a place for the people to connect.
A perfect setting. Now, before we went off the air, we were talking about, or to commercial, we were talking about some of those benefits. Mm-hmm. And that was one of those benefits that you kind of left out intentionally because you wanted to talk about it once we came back. What was that benefit?
Reasons why folks join this club, and I mentioned a number of them, but there's also a social element.
Right.
It's that people like to be around like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got a lot of members who like to come up and interact. They could be in a retirement age, or doing business is not important to them there, but more or less it is to interact with people.
Right.
And if it's coming to special events that we do about 13 events a month at wide range of things, from a philanthropic standpoint to educational standpoint for businesses, and and obviously individuals. We do a lot of just fun food and wine events, and people want to be connected to that. Cooking classes, those sorts of things.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Cooking class.
Get you in the kitchen. It's free labor. It's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, they cooking like for the guest, or they're just cooking? It's like a cooking class.
Right. You get a dozen or so folks in there in the kitchen, and chef gets them in there, some cutting boards, and they create a meal, and they sit down and enjoy the meal together.
Right.
And have a good time, enjoy the kind of their fruits of their labor.
Now, I tell you, one of the things that I like about what I've seen at the Center Club is when you say it's really cheers, it's really involved with everybody. I've seen your director of membership. She's pregnant, and everybody's involved with that. I mean, I think you guys are having an event or something coming up, like something about pink or something, because she's having a girl. It's all inclusive at the club. Now, one of the things that you pointed out, you were talking about almost like the after-hour life. Mm-hmm. It's not just business, but it's social as well. So people can come, and I like the fact of people interacting with like-minded people. Because I can tell you, as an entrepreneur, and most entrepreneurs who are listening to the sound of my voice know that, you're at home and you're talking business 24/7. A lot of your spouses get tired of hearing it because it's the same thing over and over again, and they're like, just make money, bring money home. You're wearing your children out, and you're really not socializing because you're working out of your home, unless you're going to a coffee house. And I know how maddening that can be. You're sitting there, you're trying to talk business, but people are constantly moving, coming in, and you're over the cappuccino machine making noises. One of the things that I've seen about the Center Club is you have like a common room, and it's the Bentley's the Bentley room, and that's where people just can come in and just have a seat. But you're doing it with like-minded people. Entrepreneurs like talking to other entrepreneurs because you can get motivated, you can get ideas from them. So the benefits of a private business club are pretty stacked and they're pretty substantial. Now, here's that $1 million question. You said something about Porsche on a Cadillac budget or something like that. Talk about that.
Yeah, and that's it's always been one of our big missions to drive value.
Right. Especially
as we all know today, value is extraordinarily important in any business.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for a private club membership, for less than really $200 a month, and it ranges depending on age and those kind of things, a lot of variables. But I can fairly say underneath $200, you get access to other private country clubs in the area. So it goes beyond the business standpoint. A business club you get a family membership to over 20 private clubs in the Tampa Bay area. So whether you play golf or tennis or the kids want to go to camp,
right,
some of these clubs, you're now a member of those clubs too.
Okay.
And so you can utilize those benefits even on the weekends and what have you. Yeah.
Right. So it's not as expensive as people would think it is.
No, and you don't have a food and beverage minimum as it has been in the past. You don't have, it's not a contractual. We have such a confidence in our product. We've never required any kind of contract or length of membership. It's month to month.
Okay. Now, once I become a member and I've gotten a feel for the club, what makes me stay? Why would I want to stay a member?
That really is the $1 million question in our business, because like fitness clubs and other membership organization, retention we call it,
right,
keeping members is extraordinarily important.
Absolutely.
So we spend a lot of time and a lot of members working on engaging members, because we want members to connect with other members, and we create a lot of different reasons why members connect to each other.
Right.
So do you know that their staff members know your name? Is it that you walk in, you know people, and you're meeting new people when you're coming in, and you get out of it what you put into it. But we work really hard on connecting great professionals to one another.
Right.
And that's one of my biggest sort of things that I do on a daily basis is, well, how can I help this person connect to somebody that they need to know, and vice versa. Okay,
so it's like I've seen some of the folks that have introduced me to the Center Club. It's really inclusive, and when I say inclusive, you like getting your members involved. They sit on committees. They are active participants, not just bench warmers, if you will, not just coming in and enjoying the coffee, but they become a part of the fabric of the club.
They are the lifeblood, and our board of governors guide the club. The committees in the club create the meaningful events that are important to, whether it be a young leader, somebody who's young, to a woman, to folks that are entrepreneurs. We create events around what members want. It's not me or my staff dictating the events. They're telling us what they want to, what type of event and content's in that event, and we execute for them.
So you're getting member feedback
constantly. They really drive the events that are put on in the club.
Well, I can tell you, and I think she sits on your board of governors. The lady that introduced me to it, Judy Gay, had me have. I had a glass of wine with her at the club, and I think that's when we first met.
Sure was.
Like a couple of years or so ago. Yeah, right. And she sits on the board of governors, so she's an active part of what's going on and the layout. Now, what if somebody, let's say a small business owner, they were planning on getting married? Is the club something that they could use, or do they have to go out and find other facilities, or how do you guys work that?
We celebrate weddings, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, quinceañeras. I mean, all the different celebrations of life, not just the celebration of business or a seminar. We do all of that. We do about 15 weddings a year, numerous other sort of birthday, special event, anniversary parties. So we do it all.
And events throughout the year that are like seasonal or...
Yeah, we just put on our social media, Social Giants event, where we brought in our social media director of digital marketing from Texas, and we had the Tampa Bay Lightning, their social media expert there. We've had other large companies come in and talk strategy to our members, because a lot of folks are drowning in, what do I do? Do I use LinkedIn? Do I use this and that? And so we wanted our members to learn from the big boys. What are they doing with social media? And that's just an example of the things that we provide to our members that they just can't get anywhere else.
Okay. Now, is this